So you've tried it all, right? You cut the carbs, you count every last calorie, you kill yourself at the gym, and then, a few months later, somehow you're right back where you started.
Sound familiar?
Yeah. Well, let's get into why that keeps happening and what we can learn from a culture that seems to have completely cracked the code.
Okay, get ready for a pretty tough pill to swallow. A whopping 95% of diets fail in the long run. And what's so important to understand here is that this isn't about you being lazy or not having enough willpower. It's just biology. When you restrict calories, your body goes into survival mode and fights back. Your metabolism slows way down and your hunger hormones just go through the roof.
And this right here is the paradox. While so many of us in the West are struggling, Japan has one of the lowest obesity rates in the entire world, sitting at just 4.5%. Now compare that to the US, which is around 42%. That is nearly 10 times lower. And yet they're eating rice, they're eating noodles, and they're even having daily snacks. So what gives?
So what is their secret? You know, the first thing you might think is genetics. But scientifically, Japanese and American genes just aren't that different. It's not because they smoke more, and it is definitely not about hitting the gym. Get this, only about 3% of people in Japan even have a gym membership.
The secret is this. It's less about willpower and more about design. The Japanese approach isn't about dieting harder, it's about living smarter. They've designed a lifestyle where being healthy is the easy, automatic, natural choice. So today, we're going to explore this whole life redesign thing across 4 key areas: your environment, the art of moderation, your daily rhythm and movement, and finally, mindful consumption. Let's dive right in.
First up, environment is everything. This is all about redesigning what's literally around you every single day.
Now, what's really fascinating here is how early this design starts. This is habit number 1, training your taste buds. In Japan, school lunches are actually planned by nutritionists. We're talking fresh fish, rice, soup. Kids just grow up with this baseline of what normal food tastes like. Now compare that to the processed, often profit-driven food in many American schools. It's basically a factory diet that trains the brain to crave sugar and salt from day one.
And this leads right into habit number 2, making health convenient. Japan has tons of convenience stores, right? But their version of fast food is nothing like what you'd expect. It's things like grilled fish with rice, tofu, miso soup. They've designed an environment where the easy, quick option is also the healthy one. They've made healthy food the default, not the exception.
Okay, next up, let's look at the second principle, the art of moderation. This is all about redesigning your plate.
At the very heart of this is a famous cultural teaching for eating, and it's called Hara Hachi Bu.
It's a teaching that basically says you should eat only until you're about 80% full. Now, this isn't about restriction or depriving yourself. It's about respecting your body's signals and avoiding that awful overstuffed feeling. This simple idea is habit number 3, built-in portion control.
And wow, this slide is a perfect visual for habit number 4, sugar awareness. Just look at the difference in portion size. A standard soda can in Japan is less than half the size of a typical American one. Their desserts are smaller, more delicate. It's all about getting satisfaction from the experience, not from just sheer volume. And what's wild is that over time, this actually retrains your palate to be more sensitive to sweetness.
All right, our third principle is rhythm and movement, and this is about redesigning your daily routine.
This brings us to habit number 5, structured eating. Most people in Japan eat 3 main meals at pretty consistent times. And when your meals have a predictable rhythm like that, your hormones follow suit. This regulates your hunger, it prevents mindless snacking, and it just calms down those random urgent cravings.
Now for habit number 6, and this one is a big one. They don't work out, they move. Think about it. Walking to the train station, always taking the stairs, biking to work. Movement is just seamlessly baked into their day. It's not some chore you have to schedule. It's just a part of living.
And there's actually a scientific term for this. It's called non-exercise activity thermogenesis, or NEAT for short. It's basically the energy you burn doing everything that isn't formal exercise. And all these small, consistent movements add up to a huge calorie burn over the course of a day, without any of the stress or guilt of having to go to the gym.
And finally, we've arrived at our most important section, mindful consumption. This is all about redesigning your mindset. Okay, here's a crucial fact. It takes about 20 minutes, a full 20 minutes, for your brain to get the signal from your stomach that you're full. This is where habit 7, slow eating, comes into play. You know, things like chopsticks naturally slow you down, which gives your brain the time it needs to catch up.
Even just putting your fork down between bites can make a massive difference.
And this connects directly to habit number 8, respecting the meal. In Japan, you almost never see people eating on the go, or scrolling on their phones, or eating at their desks. A meal is treated as a moment to focus, almost like a small ceremony. This kind of mindfulness completely changes your relationship with food and helps you reconnect with your body's natural hunger signals.
And all of this culminates in habit number 9, which is really the secret that ties this entire philosophy together. Stop fighting your body and start listening to it. Because when you combine moderation, rhythm, and mindfulness, staying healthy stops being this constant, exhausting battle and just becomes who you are.
So, where do you begin? How can you start? Let's bring it all together with the core philosophy.
Just remember, this isn't some magic pill. It's a whole system. You design your environment for success. You practice moderation. You create a daily rhythm for your body. You move naturally as a part of life, not a chore. And you eat mindfully, with respect.
So, looking at all of these habits, from changing what's in your kitchen to simply putting your fork down between bites, which one are you going to try first? Just think about one small change you could make, starting today. If you've found these ideas on lifestyle design as fascinating as I do, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more explainers that break down complex topics just like this. Thanks for watching.